Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Ephemeral One, and welcome back to more Dark Souls 3. Last time, we explored Archdragon Peak and began our journey through the untended graves and reached felling champion Gundyr reached the a previous Firelink shrine that has long since fallen into the abyss of darkness. So, let's continue where we left off for the Grand Archives and probe deeper into its secrets. We've already taken out the second crystal sage, so both twins have fallen by our hand. As such, we can now push on and explore even further. Let's see, I believe actually the shortcut over here was opened up. Yep. There we go. This will allow us to reach the second floor easily. Oh, accidentally hit it on twice. Alright. Let's see. There is a lizard down there. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Got Titanite scales, and I got the drop on this knight. Yep. Ow. And there we go. As I say, it sounds like somebody really wants us. But neither here nor there. So we'll just take the shortcut back. Oh, the knight actually dropped something. Oh, always happy to have an extra chunk in our back pocket. But the Grand Archives are a collection of knowledge for the scholars of Lothric. It is where they assembled their knowledge and understanding. Though note, the spell they're using is very much the Baron Dart variety. Oh! We haven't dunked our heads, so the books around here are dangerous to us. And yeah. So, and that guy standing near all the books is obviously a trap. Same with that crystal lizard. Yeah, there's too many books here with cursed knowledge that will harm us. As such, we'll have to aim to do what we can. And yeah, the only way to go is over here, outside onto the roof. These strange griffin-like statues, holding a flaming staff and looking skyward. And we can see more of the pilgrim butterflies, all of them still ascending up higher still, to the very zenith of the castle, seems to be their goal. Oop. And a complete statue. We saw similar ones from the... But this one actually still has its face, where all the ones in the all the ones in the profaned capital. Let it speak to the thoroughness of the scholars of Lothric. That it wouldn't be enough to simply Yep. It wouldn't be enough for them to simply have a statue. No, they had to have a complete specimen. There we go. Yep, and another gargoyle flame hammer. Now, these pilgrim butterflies, they they puppeted the Dragon Slayer armor to attack us, or rather to attack anyone on that bridge, which is an interesting distinction to make, because what we can't tell is what the goal of these creatures are. They're swarming over this place. And we can see there's another gargoyle. But yeah, from what we can tell, at least the pilgrim butterflies are produced by the pilgrims who we saw dozens, hundreds of across this entire city. So it begs the question, why were they coming here? What made this place so special? That's the question. That is the major thing. If they're coming from somewhere else, that somewhere must be... something must be special about... Nope. Heal up. And... Okay. Oh. Al harmed himself. I'm just gonna... Oh, wow. I'm just gonna keep going. I believe this drop-off would lead us to the ledge that was... where, I believe... that's one area you can go. But I believe there's a way to go up further. Broken, barged up doors, so we can't go that way. And a one-way. But we can see the item from here, so... more chunks. And another one of these statues. 2 of them. Ow. Heal up. Yeah, that's... Your hint was that... Yeah, your hint was simply that there were... This was a one-way trip. But... Undead bone shards. Most importantly, this gives us a shortcut back up here. And gives us another place to dunk our head in wax. So, this place is now far more accessible for us. But yeah. Yeah, because dealing with the 2 of the gargoyles is just a pain. And now that our head's dunked in wax, we can come back here. And safely do that. And even come back around. Fleshbite ring. Is that just the bleed resist? I forget. No, poison, bleed, and cursed, and frost. Okay. So it doesn't give you as much resist. It gives you about 40 points, where each of the individual rings give you what? Yeah, they give you almost double. Yeah, more than double, so... If you know of a specific resistance, I'd say wear the single ring myself. But to each their own, you know? How you play the game is just that. How you decide to play the game. Yep. Alright. Would like to get out of this corner. Thank you. No. Alright. There. I wanted to show off that a sufficiently heavy hit will still bypass their wing's defense. So you aren't just limited. And note, look below. Don't always just look up, folks. Looking below might reveal some secrets you may not have realized. For example, I bet you didn't even think there were any storytellers in this place. Well, yep. 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 Nope. Nope. Rolled wrong. But yeah, folks, there are, in fact, there's many ways to go about this. The Grand Archives are aptly named. It's very grand in this place. And there's all sorts of little secrets and nuances about it. This is because the scholars of Lothric gathered as much as they could for their king Osiris in his research about dragons. And, well, they basically recreated Seath's own archives. Effectively, that's what they've attempted to do. Oh. Alright. I do love that these guys can just drop crystal gems. And no, the hands actually aren't long enough to be able to hit you on the ladder. So you are safe to go up the ladder. Just so you're aware. So if you want to go dunk your head, feel free. You are perfectly safe to do so. Oh, and feel free to be experimental with this game's weapons. I've picked a few that I feel are representative of the character Blue's tastes. But make no mistake, there are plenty of other options. Experiment to your heart's content. The game gives you more than enough materials. And yeah. Yeah. So, and if you want, just coming down here, can be an option as well. As you can see, we're just above where you entered this place. Overlooking the rest of the town below. And like I said, don't hesitate to explore. A hollow gem. For there are many secrets and backways and pathways. More titanite chunks. And unsurprisingly, a knight. that big swing. A large titanite shard. Oh, a switch. Note, this one it can't be undone. But another place to dunk your head in wax. Luckily, you're immune while doing so. Yep. Heal up. And another shortcut is open to us. And the Scholar's Ring. The ring of those who would seek knowledge, no matter the cost or time. And with that, we have the 3 pillars. Also, love the little detail you have to break a table to get to that. Illusory wall. Well, they weren't wrong. And hiding in this illusory wall. Well, best to bring something worthwhile. Alright. Alright. Yep. Yeah. Noting that he always wields it left-handed. It can be worthwhile to note which side someone's wielding this weapon from. Nope. Got it. And the Outrider's set. Let's see about that. Armor of an Irithyll Outrider Knight, enveloped in a dimly cool air. The knights were given the eyes of the pontiff, but the eyes transformed them into savage, raving warriors who knew only how to serve as mindless guards. Note that it's decent medium armor. Not the thickest or the strongest by any means. But it's also built for mobility. Soul Stream. This is one of the most potent sorceries in the game. Sorcery imparted by the first of the scholars when Lothric and the Grand Archives were but young, fires a torrential volley of souls. The first of the scholars doubted the linking of the fire and was alleged to be a private mentor to the royal prince. The first of the scholars. And he doubted the linking of the fire, and was a private tutor to the prince who has, thus far, refused to link the fire. Speaking of, the three pillars. In Lothric, the knight is long considered one of the three pillars of the king's rule, and were thus allowed to rear dragons. In the scholar, and is therefore master of the Grand Archives. The High Priestess also served as the prince's wet nurse. So faith, strength, and intelligence. These are the these are the three pillars upon which Lothric was founded, and it's gained its power. Nope, getting out of this. Yeah, and we'll split back to... Alright. So, let's see. Yeah, that's whatever. So we've been probing the depths of this place. And like I said, you won't get hit, luckily, by going up this ladder, so it's perfectly safe even if you haven't dunked your head in wax. Though, note that these scholars here the wax is what is the wax made of is the question. What makes it so special? It's a good question to ask. Let's bait these guys into getting... Yep. After all, we can see there's another challenge over there. Another great sword wielder. Like it or not, these knights are very capable. And that buff, remember that buff, frostbite lowers their stamina, and their damage resist. Yep. And note that this knight is using the crystal enhancement to his sword, versus the others who were using the faith-based lightning. This knight was specifically here for this. More Titanite chunks. And yeah, there's the Guardian statue. I'm just gonna leave. It's not that I can't kill these guys, but they have enough HP and they're just awkward to fight. And picking your fights can be a worthwhile skill to have. Now, speaking of, this is a fight that you're going to pick, and it's going to be rough on you, because this place is still guarded by an excellent and loyal members of the vassals of the Lothric family. You can see them up there. 3 hollows. all of whom are waiting. A caster, a heavy knight, and a faster knight. This is a 3-on-1. The thing to note about it is first, once you these are invaders, so these work by invader rules. Now, the other thing to note, look who they are. Goddard, who was one of the who was the guy we gave us the key to this place in the first place. Alfred the Lion Knight, the guy who helped us with Bort, which actually, this is why. Ow. Yeah, these guys are rough. Alright. Because he would help you against other kingdoms' soldiers. It makes sense. I'm gonna drop down. Yeah. Alright. Okay, there we go. Because I remember that despite the... Did they change his AI? Because you used to be able to bait them to come up here. Yep. No. There we go. Yep. There we go. Because once you can turn this into a duel, things get a hell of a lot easier to deal with. And he's out of healing. Ow. Got it. The Golden Wing Crest Shield. Alright. And note, once Alfred's gone, he's gone for good. Any of these guys. Once they're gone, they only need to die once. And his twin katanas for you weebs. Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they're really good at parrying you. So, let's lead them out here. Admittedly, the spellcaster's actually like the least threatening of the three of them. Yeah, like you see. Yep. She's real good at... Yeah. She's real good at parrying your basic attacks. But, if you use any sort of skill, there you have the result. Note, the payout on them is actually really nice. But let's see. The item we picked up. Let's see. The twin katanas, of course. The hunters known as the King's Black Hands wielded paired weapons. These belonged to the Kamui, who looked after the prince. Kamui brought Onikiri with him to the undead settlement, where he forged Ubadachi, and was finally prepared to join the ranks of the royal hunters. The Sage's Crystal Staff. Crystal Cattle is presented as a gift to the Crystal Sages to their favorite pupil, Kremild. Crystal spheres devour the will of the user, and the staff increases the potency of sorceries at the cost of increased FP consumption. And finally, of course, the Golden Wing Shield. A blue knight shield engraved with a golden crest. This shield is exceptional amongst enchanted blue shields. Not only does it boast high magic absorption, but also enables its wielder to parry spells. And here is an interesting figure. It's kneeling seemingly in prayer before a stone tablet. Note that it is the only figure that is also covered in wax, likely seeking and representing the scholars, seeking the knowledge not only of the king, but the secret knowledge. Note that the faces on those masks kind of resembles this, doesn't it? Wonder if that's significant. Large soul of crestfallen knight. And your reward for surviving all that is this. An elevator that slowly brings you to the very beginning. A shortcut long overdue. And let's see. We want... Where are we at? 51, so we should have enough for 2 levels.
Welcome home, speak thine. Very well, then touch take none. Let these souls withdrawn from their vessels, manifestation. Farewell, may the flame.
Alright. And we have no especially wicked souls on us. So, one thing we will do is burn their bone shard. I believe that's the highest the bonfire level gets is 10. So our Estus flask is as strong as it will be. If I remember correctly. It has been a little bit. Alright. And we finally activated this, so we need not invade the immediate environs of the archive. Instead, we can be brought up and up. Now, note that in truth, we've reached pretty much the peak of this place. You can see the pilgrim butterflies swarming overhead. They don't seem to be protecting it, else they would be continuing to strike us with those artillery strikes we saw during the... No, they just seem to be gathered around as if they're waiting for something. But for what? But there's also this area up here. Nothing around the dome. So let's continue ascending. And up here we can see more of those knights. And above, the Hunter's Ring. The Hunters serve Lothric on the fringes and in the shadows. For generations, rulers of Lothric have relied especially upon the Black Hand Hunters to punish enemies in ways the King's Three Pillars cannot. Indeed. And look carefully. Nothing here. What are we supposed to look carefully for? There doesn't seem to be anything here. Oh. Whoop. And here we find a cage. And within, covered in feathers, discarded feathers, divine pillars of light. Another potent miracle and one we've had used against us. Miracle of Gertrude, the Heavenly Daughter, brings down multiple pillars of light in the vicinity. The Queen's holy maiden Gertrude was visited by an angel, who revealed this tale to her. Despite losing both her sight and her voice, she was determined to record the tale. Ordinary men cannot decipher her fragmentary scrawl, nor comprehend how it became the foundation of the angelic faith of Lothric. So, Lothric respected and revered dragons, but worshipped angels. And it was the pursuit of trying to become angels that led to Rosaria, who sought to rebirth people as angels. Okay. Not seeing any other items. Ah, more treasures. mimics, a divine blessing, considering we just escaped from where? In Twinkling Titanite. Probably both considered a blessing and sacred object. Though the worship of angels might also explain the pilgrim butterflies. It's their sincere wish to become as angels, as close to a heavenly source. It might be an idea to that. And we'll just head back. It's interesting to note that the worship of angels is what allows those blue armored soldiers at the very top to manifest those wings. That is a thing of pure faith, after all. Excuse me. Needed something to drink. But yeah. Now that we can reach the top, I'll show you I suppose these would be about the malformed angels that would swarm around this kind of place. After all, we've seen the ugly truth, so much of what is supposedly sacred in this place. For those ever curious, these boards, they're known as mantlets or mantles. Typically, they were used to block arrows. That's why you see. And they were largely mobile, where you would just basically lift it and walk it as you needed to go. Now, believe it or not, the most dangerous part of this is that knight in the back. The rest of his compatriots are basically just there to, are basically just here to wear you down, weaken your stamina. Alright. There we go. Nice. Yep. 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 Be careful. Ow. But man, let's only need to take a single hit, and that's all I need him to do. Alright. And moving forward, we're reaching the castle itself. Yep. You didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you? Of course they're going to be throwing, the most elite and dependable knights on your path. And now they will disengage. These guys are basically a gang squad in that they're basically going to try. You can bait out one at a time. It just takes a little time. So take your patience. Be patient. Yeah, they really wanted you to try and engage all three at the same time. Which I shouldn't have to explain how stupid that is. Alright. If I can get just the swords one. Yeah. Yep. With just the swordsman. Because he doesn't have any defense. And without the other two to bounce my sword strikes off of, we're actually in a fairly decent position. Now, yeah. Yep. Yep. Now, alright. Note that he likes to really do those quick swipes with the spear. And there we go. And they're worth 4,000 a pop in souls, so yeah, they're pretty damn decent. And now, it's just you and me, buddy. And with you on stairs, yep. And ladies and gentlemen, guess what? We've reached it. The top. And before you enter the doors, you'll want to hit this. Because this will make your life so much easier. Because where this leads us is all the way back to Lothric Castle's lower area, and where we fought the Dragon Slayer armor. Ladies and gentlemen, we've officially reached the deepest depths of Lothric Castle. The deepest and furthest point. And I'm going to show you what's awaiting you. Just be aware of what we fought through. And what is ready, waiting for us on the other side. Note that the gate doors to this place, the scholar kneeling in supplication for knowledge, the knight standing tall, proud to defend his land, and the high priestess offering solemn prayers and guidance for those who will come, who wouldn't seek it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the top of Lothric Castle.
Oh dear. Another dogged contender. Welcome, unkindled one, purloiner of cinders. Mind you, the mantle of Lord interests me none. The fire-linking curse, the legacy of lords, let it all fade into nothing. You've done quite enough. Now have your rest.
This is Lorien, Elder Prince of Lothric. Yep. Ow. Yeah. Note that he just sort of teleports around. And his big flaming sword. What's most notable, though...
This spot
Oh!
marks our grave, but you may rest here too, if you like.
Note that his legs are crippled. He's fast and he's surprisingly mobile for a guy who's kneeling the entire time. Yeah. The prince's... And it seems that the Elder Prince is, if not mindless, at least he's not truly of his own vote. He doesn't seem truly all there. Oop. And you'll do this a lot. We all do it at some point. You take the wrong elevator. Because, technically speaking, it's the exact same spot, but there are two elevators, and we all do this at least once. I mean, yes, you get a slab out of it, which is very nice. But... it's a bit of a cruel trick to make you doubt yourself. It's like, wait, what? Did I screw up? No, you just hit the wrong one. And we'll go with the Hollow Great Lance next. Oh well. And yeah, you can just ignore the knights and just keep going. Or let's go with, well, we'll go with the, and we'll go for the full appropriate switch. Yep. This As far as I'm aware, the princes don't really have a major weakness. Ow. Yeah. Alright. Yep. Yeah. Black Knight's sword. Black Knight's shield is really good here because of the fire resist on it. Funnily enough, it's not getting into this fight. It's not the Elder Prince you need to worry about. Yeah. The teleports he can mix in actually tend to be what throw you off, which can stagger his attacks so you end up hitting far more than you want to, roll more than you expect to. Yep. Yep. And where is it? There he is. Ow. Yeah, screwed up. You can go through a lot of Estus real quick. Alright. And that's the first phase down. And when his older brother falls, the younger one steps up.
Dear brother, I'm on my way. My brother, unyielding sword of Lothric's prince.
I played before. I know Bald Man.
Rise if you would, for that is our curse.
Now, it's interesting that the younger brother raises the first one, raises the elder. What's interesting about that is he's regarded as the more frail of the two. And you can tell from the scrawny limbs, he is in fact. Yep.
This spot
And
marks
got
our
me.
grave, but you may rest here too, if you like.
But yeah, the way this fight works is you can kill the Elder Prince as many times as you want. It doesn't matter. It's only the younger prince's fall that will end the fight. But that is not a simple thing to do. Especially, and it's easy to say, well, just get behind them. But it can be quite a tricky proposition. After all, they will constantly teleport around, and as you've seen, he does quite a bit of fire damage. Be like, I mean, the younger one probably could be punched out. The older one, though, that would depend on Well, quite a few factors, but if nothing else, it would be, is it before or after he became the weakened form we see now? Let's see. Let's. You know what? Haven't taken them out for a bit, but the evasion of our basic daggers may come in handy here. Yep. And hit the wrong button.
This spot marks our grave.
I
but
keep
you
doing
may rest
that.
here too, if you like.
As you might have noticed, I hit square for whatever reason. It may seem silly to take out a dagger against someone wielding a greatsword and magic. But you'd be surprised. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna need to... Hey, come on. Yep. Let's see. That is an option. I mean, the problem is the princes don't really stagger that much. Would the Outriders set be light enough? No. So maybe Drang? Well, we have to at least try. I know this weapon's probably far too slow for this, but I have to at least try. And I've already lost my souls, so at this point it's mostly just I don't expect to win, I kind of just want to play around a bit with the fight. Yep. No, I'm hitting him with my heaviest hitting weapon. Yep. And he's still only taking a set amount. His defenses are ridiculously good. And where is it? There we go. Yeah, it's always after that big downward slam you get a moment. Yep. Yeah. Nice. Because here's the funny thing. So long as you stay in close, believe it or not, one of the safest places you can stand is pretty much right behind.
This spot marks our
rolled.
grave. But you may
I was
rest
trying to
here
roll
too,
to the left.
if you like.
guess we can show off what it's like to... There's usually people who want help with this or want to help with this, because this is one of those infamous fights where a second body can help or really hurt you, actually. The reason being is that, by and large, remember that a boss's HP increases for every additional person in the fight. But this is one of those fights where it might not matter too much. Thanks, Bald. I'll hope to see you later. Have a good night. Let's see. I was going to say, perhaps we should go Sigmire route. But even that's a little too heavy for this. Let's see. Yeah. So let's see. Princess ahead, but be wary of trap. Help me. Help me required ahead, yeah. Let there be Lord of Cinder. I say, I don't believe there's any NPCs for this fight. This is one of those, you're gonna have to prove yourself. And by and large, you are going to have to put some real work in to get this fight done. Yeah, I wish my lock-on would work. Yep. Focus on keeping your stamina up. If you can. Yep. Trust me, you may think, well, maybe if you were a caster this would help. It actually doesn't help that much. The younger prince does a... Yep. The older prince here is actually pretty good at wiping out casters because of his speed. Ow. Yeah. And the fact that his lock-on breaks so readily. There it is. Alright. Alright. Then again, a lot of the tactics that would work on him on the on the Nameless King too. Both bosses are designed with the idea of you're going to have to learn their movesets. And there's just no way around it. Yep. Where are you? Okay. Alright. Alright. Got him. Okay, first phase down. Second phase. Now you have to start dodging him with additional projectiles coming around. Yep. Now, Baldman mentioned the fact that one thing you can try is getting behind to do damage to the young one. Which is a tactic. But, as you can see, he won't give you much in the way of a chance to do that.
This spot marks our grave.
Rolled just off.
Here too, if you like.
But yeah, the only way to hit the younger prince is either to kill the elder prince a second time, which will give you a good amount of time to do more damage, or... But... And as you can see... That is one fight that's really rough. So, we currently have two of the strongest fights to go. The Nameless King and the Prince Lothric. However, we haven't explored everything. Though this is technically the DLC, now that we've reached the end and we've seen everything the main game has to offer, we are technically strong enough to truly confront the challenges of this. The Painted World of Ariandel. There's those daggers coming. There's those javelins coming at us. Yep. Yep. After all, you have to remember the followers were all inspired by the Wolf Knight. And sought to become members of the Undead Legion. And we have to fall down here again. And the wolves arise. Yep. 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 gonna say... No, we need that for the weight. I hate to use it, but I think we need a little bit more out of each chug. Now note, the big wolf isn't there. We've already beaten it once. So... And it's kind of interesting, isn't it, that these wolves have a shoulder charge that is capable of weakening a defensive player's shield. Almost as if these wolves have been trained to take on knights. Isn't that interesting? Now, last time we got up to here and got in over our heads. So let's take this a little slower this time. Yep. Impressive footwork. These Millwood Knights. These Viking-like warriors. Yep. Okay, that was a living tree. Well, that was one of the active malicious types. Alright. And the warriors are simply out patrolling. Homeward bones. Probably given to their wolf companions. Nope. Alright. Now for you, big man. Ooh! You can backstab him. Huh. I figured with their size you wouldn't have been able to. Yeah, these guys are obviously used to hunting with their wolf companions to soften you up. Yep. Yep. Took it on the shield at least. Huh. Ow. Yeah, getting out of the corner would be nice. Nope. Gotta love it when they just corner you like that. Alright. Well, there are other ways to go. At least seemingly there are. And one of the bugs, so that's a dead end. Okay, I thought there was another way to go. I guess I was just thinking of something else. Alright. Yep. Oh, wow. Yep. Yep. And that's why I've been taking them on one by one. Yeah, this area can be kind of rough. Hmm. Just wondering. Because we do have a couple of resets left. I'm just wondering if maybe I should swap our stats around. No, I feel pretty confident with it. Yeah. No, just a Titanite shard. No. Yeah. But at least this does show that... Yep. This definitely does show just how careful you'll have to be in these late game areas. It doesn't matter how much HP you have. These areas are meant to tear through whatever HP you have. Note that once you get the first howl off, you can hear the rest of them coming after you. Yep. Oof. Yep. And they will just keep coming after you. Once you have that first howl, they'll keep coming relentlessly after you. These wolves view you as a threat. And in all truth, you are. You might not want to be, but the simple truth is, for them, it's all a battle of survival. Like I said, most of this game is about that. It's battles for survival. In one form or another. Alright. Guy. And yeah, the old rule of thumb, if their hair is moving, they are in fact one of the active trees that will hurt you. Now, I think we'll try and just sneak by. The Millwood Knights have this area pretty well covered. So we'll come back to that. And instead we'll come and deal with these trees who summon these balls of floating fire. They home around and they do a significant and not an insignificant amount of damage. It's also a very beautiful method of attacking, I must admit. And yeah, identifying which trees are going to be a major threat. There we go. 2 of the wolves, 3rd one. Got it. Oh. Yeah, one of the trees is breathing ice breath at us. Ah, there she is. Okay. Yeah, they either do fire or crap. And get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. No, 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 no. Get off. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there are those who send the fire flames after you, and there are those who breathe the ice breath. Yep. Just take your time. The archer up there sucks, but he's not the worst thing. And that one looks actually dead, so I know this one over here isn't. Ow. Something hit me. An archer. From down... Oh, another Millwood Knight. Okay. Which, they have an interesting technique where their arrow fires... Alright, get you. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yep. Nice. Okay. Wolves are off our back. Ow. But then we still have the 2 knights. Alright. Okay. One thing to note. If you're going to block, or knowing whether you're going to dodge or block something is critical. Because if you're dodge rolling while holding L1, you can be forced back into the dodge animation. So, knowing the difference and knowing which you're planning to do, alright. Yeah. And once you remember that charge up to run up to you and then stomp isn't an actual attack so much as it is them powering up to do an attack. Yeah, and remembering that the hammer guys, when they slam their hammer down, and it's a half second later where they get, yeah, that lift attack is what's going to get you in trouble most of the time. But yeah. The Millwood Great Bow and some great arrows. Great bow crafted with black oak and wielded by Millwood knights. Only specialized great arrows can be fired from the bow. It is said that the Millwood knights used these to face their sworn enemy, the Abyss Dragon. Fire a great arrow with a burst of strength and a prayer that violently shakes its target and explodes on impact. So the Millwood knights had a great sworn enemy in this Abyss Dragon. Well, this just leads us back to where we were. Which is nice and all, but one would think there was some more. But I'm trying to remember exactly where we need to get to. Was it past the tower? Yeah, I think it was this way. And we meet the wolf again. And this time, it's angry. We escaped it by virtue of falling down here. It had an ambush all set up and everything. That has to be frustrating. It had us. But we managed to sneak through. And we've reached somewhere new. A castle. Ah, here we go. The Rope Bridge Cave. Well, let's hope. Considering the rope bridges we've been across, two have fallen. Let's hope this is more stable than others in the past. Well, we've made it across. And in this great cathedral, we find more of these storyteller listeners, these avian undead, kneeling in prayer and supplication to this place. Oh? Hello? Who would you be?
Well, well. You're Lady Uria's Lord of Hollows.
Oh?
No bell tolls. And yet, you've slipped into the painting. Oh, no matter. If you've lost your way, the words of Lady Frida will guide you. Now, go on inside, show respect, and listen carefully.
Who are you?
What's keeping you? Show respect.
Okay. Lady Frida. Well, the least we can do is hear her out. A reprieve from the cold. What was that sound? I wonder. Paintings. Lots of them. Endless paintings. All of the same woman. All of them missing the eyes. Hello.
Welcome to the painted world of Ariandel. I am Frida. I have long stood beside our blessed Father and the rest of the forlorn. But forlorn thou seemest not, Lord of Hollows. I know not the missteps which led thee to this painted world, but thy duty is all, and thy duty lieth elsewhere. Return from whence thou camest. I presume it visible to thee? The bonfire here in this room. A meek and faded thing, but 'twill guide thee nonetheless. Ah yes, there is a thing thou shouldst by rights possess. A remembrance of this cold world for the great Lord of Londor. May it help thee bear thy duty.
The chill bite.
Now, thou'st a place in that world, and that alone is cause to rejoice. Now, thou'st...
Now, she speaks to us like this because we became the Lord of Hollows by accepting Yol into our service. And up here, in a dark and quiet place, is a quiet room.
Lady Frida has spoken. Then tarry no longer and be gone. Carry on. For Lady Uria and for Londor.
Indeed.
There is one thing inside the cold painting. Curiosity could be your cross. Stray from the withering flame, and the snow will swallow you whole. There is one thing.
His warning is welcome. This place is in fact very dangerous. A cold and painted world. And this door doesn't open. And in this room is nothing but those paintings. Again, the eyes are missing on every single one. Someone has tried repeatedly to paint a figure, and yet they cannot see what the person's eyes look like. Much how we can't see what Lady Frida's eyes look like. Well, still. There seems to be more we can explore, though. Coming back, you can see there's a lower path. Oh, that's excellent. So yeah. Meeting with Lady Frida. Gets you an idea of the reach of Londor, the Land of Hollows. Alright. And down here, we find more of these bugs. Feeding on whatever they can, I imagine. And this growth, whatever it is, of decay rotting away at the world. But it seems there's still more to see in this place. Oh, crystal lizard. And died before, so we get this item. And it looks like there's ways down. Well, that was simple. Ah, a one-way trip. And there is much still to be seen deeper down. This place seems inhospitable. Oh, something's here. You can hear it gasping and retching. Oh, now there's a familiar sight. More of the bugs. So we've not escaped them. Well, we might as well see what we can deal with. Now that was an unpleasant creature. Some sort of holstering sack carried behind it. Oh, and another one. They don't seem mobile. They are bird-like, but budding green blossoms. Well, this seems like a trap. I mean, it is, but well, not much you can do about it. see you, and you. You're definitely. Oh. And of course they drop dung pies. I was gonna say. That's clearly a trap. And yeah, that's a new attack. These crawling bird creatures. Yep, and they just wake each other up. Luckily, they're slow, but there are a lot of them. These malformed creatures. The question is, are they the remnants of those who lived here? Or are they the original inhabitants? Hard to tell. I think we've cleared out this first area, part of the area. Does sound like I missed one, but oh well. Much as I don't mind putting these wretches out of their misery, I'm also not going to worry about it. Yep. As I say, I'm sure they'll... Alright. Now this is different. The water here is... well, less toxic and more just disgustingly polluted. Ah. And here we have a new enemy. Extremely long limbs. Bird-like face. A lot of bleed damage. And, unsurprisingly, they drop sharp gems. I can't really think of a more appropriate enemy too, but there we are. Souls of the Undead. And yeah. And a ladder leading us up to another house. I can hear something in the room. You talk?
Oh, well, there is nothing forlorn about you. What? You must be the other Ash, I suppose.
Well, yeah, I am Ash.
Oh, finally, you have come. Oh, wondrous Ash, grant us our wish. Make the tales true. And burn this world away. My lady must see flame, and you have only to show her. You are ash, are you? Surely you've seen but that which fooled the good father, and buried the flame after we had all made up our minds too. So, make the tales my lady must. Oh, I am so terrible like those. Oh, I am like those.
So he's just waiting to die. And we must bring an ember to bring an end to this world, huh? This rock. Dung pie, of course. Ah. Another bonfire. Excellent. And so we have a new place to explore. A city, slowly being rotted away here. And more of these figures. These bird-like creatures. Doesn't open from this side. Doesn't open from this side. Yep. More embers. And beyond. Ah. Well, looks like there's a small path up here. This looks way out of the way. So, just another ambush. But it looks like I might be able to make it across. Be able to jump off to there. Let's see if there's any more items. Nah, I'm good. Let's see if we can make this jump. Just barely. The Crow Quills. An interesting and unique weapon. Special thrusting sword. Thrusting sword wielded by Corvian knights, and a special paired weapon. When twin-handed, brandished 4 thin-edged blades in the left hand. Their infatuation with Sister Frey, the Corvian knights, swore to protect the painting from fire, and to this end took the execution of their own brethren. No, it only requires. It's a dexterity-focused weapon. heavy attack. And yeah, the biggest advantage it has is you can throw these illusory daggers. So, it ends up being a fairly decent weapon. But we can't get by with just fairly decent at this point. You need something with some real oomph. Alright. And back to what we were working on, which was exploring this town. Suppose then we can go and drop down here to get rid of this ambush. And this, a simple gem. So it'll give you infinite FP, you just have to be patient. Great for a caster's melee weapon. Or shield even. Because giving it to your shield, or you can just have it in your offhand, is usually a fairly decent bet. So blessing a shield too can be quite nice, so that you can get some extra regeneration. There's all sorts of ways and methods to play. Now that we've come this far, we can advance further, and we heard mention of the Corvian Knights hunting their own. Here's where we get to see it firsthand. Yep. Yep. Oh, got me good. Because they have a much longer range than you think they do. But honestly, folks, I think we're gonna call it here for tonight. I'm a little tired, and we made some good progress. So, though, before we do, let's head back to Firelink Shrine. And let's see what we can turn all these... Excuse me. What we can turn all these soul items into.
Ah.
So 40,000 should be enough for at least another level.
Ashen Matma.
Welcome, host. Then take. Let these souls withdrawn from their vessels, manifestations of disparity, elucidated by fire. Farewell, may the...
But yeah. We're now at a point where we can start to really push through. Just trying to think of... any weapons that might be worthwhile. Gundir's halberd.
That is what neat.
Alright. So it would be...
Pretty, I don't. That is what.
Alright. Alright.
Pretty, I don't.
So that puts it at 402. So it'll be on par with the Wolf Knight's sword. Not a bad choice, not the best though. Alright. Alright. So sell a few more items that we got. Start with those. The gold coins. Alright. 52 large.
Ashipon.
Alright. So,
That is what neat.
put the slab in. Yeah, that's really good damage, so. Just trying to think of any other weapons that give us really good stats. Oh well. We'll come back to it next time.
Pretty big, I don't.
Yeah. I think we'll leave it here for now, folks. So, thank you all for joining me. I have been the Ephemeral One, and this has been more of Dark Souls 3. Thank you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now, folks. Bye for now.